Hello and welcome to the finale of the TSRB Radical Cup. Today we are in the country of the Phillip Island Grand Prix, a bit of a lesser known racetrack here. I believe it's in America if I'm right. This is a more of a outside looking track, a permanent track, and qualifying has already started. Let me just give you a round of a tour of this track. As during qualifying, we will sadly not be seeing the cars on the minimap on the right of the stream. You will see all the cars out on track while qualifying is happening. The 10 minutes and 54 seconds it's running. I will just show you for now what the track will look like. It's built out of 12 corners here at this shore of America. Actually, no, Melbourne, I'm sorry. It's in Australia here. My apologies, I said America. Meant Australia, here in Melbourne. One of a lesser known Australian track. Going down towards turn 1, it's barely flat. A bit of lifting through the right-hander. Followed by a fast-flowing left-hander for turn 2. Barely no braking. So for the race start, for the rolling start, we will see some action going down the first and second corner. Towards turn 3 is a flat out left-hander going into a hard braking point for turn 4. Basically a hairpin going sharp to the right. You can ride these curbs, they're basically a bit flat. The cars will be allowed to ride them and should have no issues going on them. For turn 5 is just slight right hand kink. And turn 6, called Siberia, going a left-hander up the hill. Going then for turn 7, being the slightly left-hander. And then turn 8, the right-hand kink. Going then a bit straight towards turn 9, which is a flat left-hander. Good overtaking move if you're on the inside here. And then a sharp 10 right-hander, turn 10. Hard braking point, kind of blind going fast through here. If you're going down, you will have basically no time to react for the sharp right-hander. Then going for turn 11. It's a left-hander, a bit of a lift here, maybe even some trail braking for some of the drivers. And then it's going to be flat through turn 12 towards the start finish straight. All cars are in the pit lane for me, but they are all driving and doing their lap time. So let's hop on there and check right now who is up in pole position. So, getting the times up now, seeing on the left hand side here, we see Justin Joe with a 1 minute 30.8 for pole position. Provisional pole so far, 3 times up to Nuno Roca for P2 with a 1:31.1. Down in P3 we have Julien Oulet. I read that correctly. I read it, that says Julien Oulet for P3 with 1:31.17, 7 thousandths behind P2 here. And it's going to be an interesting battle as we see more drivers joining. We will have around 40 drivers joining us today, all in their own radical cars. Looking at them here, they are very sharp and pointy, but also a bit overseas. So we'll see some cars probably having some issues going through some of these fast flowing corners. Everyone on track right now trying to get the best out of the time. Some cars are going green sectors and some are not having the greatest off laps so far, going yellow, as that's going up into P10 is Fedis Achsan. Justin Joe goes purple sector 1. While in the back, no one yet has beaten Justin Joe's first sector. Let's see where he gets into turn 2. Into sector 2. He's going to cross the line soon for that timing. So going through the right-hander for turn, I believe 8, and now turn 9 goes Justin Joe. The sector time will be counted just during turn 12. I believe turn 10, sorry, here it is, 34. It goes orange goes yellow, so not improving there. And then from then it's just flat through there and going towards the start finish. Where will he where will he arrive? Will he improve? He is up on his delta, crossing the line. He is going. Is it gonna improve? He did slightly improve. 130.6, 2 tenths up on his time. It's now 4.2 tenths, 4 tenths up to Nuno Rocha. And behind, it doesn't look like anyone is greatly improving enough to jump up to Justin Joe's time. 6 minutes left in the session before the race will start. 2 20-minute races. That's what we're waiting for, and that's when everything comes down for the finale. While the qualifying is going, I can go tell you how the standings are looking so far. Cezary Zwagulinski is right now top driver, first in the standings with 636 points. And following is Alex Norris with 606 points, only 30 points difference. Behind Alex Norris is Mylan Ealing with 553 points. And behind there is Feris Achsan with 536 points. Thomas Piccolo is in P5 with 526 points and Justin Joe with 511. Bobby Van Greenhoff in with 498 points and Carlon Lotus with 468 points. Lorenzo Cantone 9th, 464 points, and 10th Robka Konarski 440 points. Behind 11 is Akram Chuchen 431 points and 12th John Marp 430 points. So we might have a battle here for the top 10, might shuffle up during today's race. As for the points given out, first gets 93 points, second 88, third 83, fourth 78, fifth 74, sixth 70, seventh 67, eighth 64, ninth 61, and 10th 58. It goes all the way down to until 60th can all get points, and I believe we don't have enough drivers to go above the 60 drivers, so everyone will score points. Our focus is just gonna be on the top drivers. Drivers I'm looking out for the most are Mylan Ealing. He's right now P4 in this race so far, in this qualifying session so far. But behind him is a leading car, a leading group standings leader, Cezary Zwangulinski. So these two are maybe gonna have a battle here. If Mylan wins and Cezary gets out the top 3, he might get the championship here. After the race, after a few minutes, the standings will get updated, and then I can run you down on who won the championship. Obviously, gonna be a very interesting one. This has been an exciting couple one. Sadly, I myself have missed out on some races, so we have to jump now towards the finale. But this makes it even more interesting, as we saw at the beginning. First race Silverstone, and now here the final race, Phillip Island Grand Prix. With about 3 minutes left in the session, we're gonna run down for now who's the top 10 so far. Justin Joe is right now provisional pole. Nuno Rocha in P2 and Julian Urlet in P3. Mylan Ealing in P4 and Cezary Zwangulinski in P5. Adam Krech in P6 and Thomas Piccolo in P7. John Marp P8 and Akram Chuchen P9. And P10, rounding up P10, is Glaube Lopez Vereda so far. Sorry. A bit of incidents happening here on this track. Looking at turn 4 is one of the corners where many people are having issues. I see on the minimap our safety car is having a road trip outside the pit lane. He's gone following the lines. Where has he gone? He has gone under the tunnel here, which is possible, I guess, and is now driving off and is gone. He has gone home. He has left the racetrack and has gone home. He's back under the tunnel and going back to the pit lane. He's having his own fun over here. He's now following this road here, which brings you to turn 4. So if our drivers want, they can just go straight back to the pit lane from turn 4. I guess that's, if you want to do that, that's possible. But this track, lesser known track, so many of our drivers probably driving this for the first time. It's going to be interesting to see. Honestly, Melbourne has always these kind of small puddles, as we see in the middle of the track. This small lagoon here, where the track goes round. There's another track in Melbourne, the official F1 Australian Grand Prix, also going around a big lagoon. And this track seems to be very fun for the drivers, looking like with the first sector basically being constantly on the throttle until turn 4, where then you have to slow down and take the corner very slowly and then back onto the throttle for a bit of time before reaching turn 10, where you then have to go hard on the brakes and back on the throttle for an entire lap. 30 seconds in the session remaining, and it looks like our top 3 are still the same. Our top 10, it looks like William Hockley has jumped Glauber Lopez for P10. So it's going to be a interesting qualifying. Everyone's still up on their pace. And with 17 seconds left in the main session, there is some interesting fights going on. As the safety man, both are now going under the tunnel and off to the track. If it's possible to see that, they're going off. They've gone to the Netherlands. And they've turned around and going a different way now. I believe they are now going parallel with. They're just taking, I believe, this road here, and it's now just driving off to the go-kart track here on the inside of turn 1. I believe this is a go-kart track. Looks like a fun track for karts, as the safety man has crashed outside of the track. He has hit a wall. He tried to jump that wall over there and has hit the wall. As we're now out finishing qualifying for the final time this season. And Justin Joe looks like to have taken pole position. As there will be a small wait until the race starts. And I'll be taking a quick break for that. So we'll see the race start soon. With qualifying over, let's run ourselves through the top 10, as I've seen some drivers having switched positions. So Justin Joe manages to keep that edge to Nuno Rocha for pole position. Down in P3 is Cesare Zagolinski, so he's jumped up to P3. Great first championship battle. And Julian Olet goes down to 4th. Felix Achsan jumping Milan Ealing for P5 and Milan P6. Thomas Piccolo P7 and Adam Krech P8. John Ma P9 and Akram Chuchin P10. And with just 40 seconds until our first race, it's going to be an interesting one to say the least. As I believe for the pit lane, you have to avoid the inside wall here. What the? That's interesting. I've never had that happen. I see what's happening. Right. I flipped the camera. Somehow it's now inverted. This is a funny little moment, as we're now gonna go back to our drivers here. With the race about to start soon, 50 seconds. Cars are gonna be on track now. And this is gonna be the final, second to final race start of this race, of this championship. With Justin Joe taking P1 here. So look at the grid here. We have a lot of drivers today. I can put this a bit bigger so we can see the names a little better. And now with our drivers all lined up on the grid, the safety car will overtake first and lead the grid, and then it's gonna be a green, green, green for the first 20 minutes. As the safety car will be the first one to drive off. There we go. Let me just, so that I won't be in the way. There we go. So the safety car will be the first to be leading our group here. There he is, going around the outside of everyone. And Justin Joe following close by. Looking behind, you can see all the drivers warming up themselves to go to get the start they want. Temperatures are going to be a really important thing for this race. Here we are with the safety car. It's going to lead the class 1 for the second to final time, and then one last time for the finale of this race. This track will be the last one to be visited for this championship, so it's all or nothing. So safety car here leads the group. We have a second safety car cutting our group in half, I believe, down in P20, but I don't see him anywhere close. Oh, there's a car off. That's already not good for them. So I believe there's only going to be one safety car this time. This is our leading car. Championship leader, number 7. He is looking in the mirror. That's interesting to see. Felix Achsan already had a first incident, having a bit of contact, I believe, with Milan Ealing. So we're gonna keep ourselves on board with our championship leader. The safety car will go in anytime now. The pit lane starts after turn 11, which is here. Once the safety car goes in, Justin Joe leads the pack and decides the rhythm. Here's the pit entry, which the safety car has missed. I believe there's a second pit entry they're gonna take. As I've only seen that one. There's going to be a second pit entry, I believe. Or another lap. There is going to be another lap. As the safety car is off. And green, green, green. As Justin Joe leads the pack. And Felice has to go to the back of the grid. Seeing here now. Let's go. Camera view. That's Adam Krech down the inside of Mylan Ealing towards turn 1. All flat. And now towards turn 2. A little bit of lifting here. Even braking to not go too wide with all the dirty air that the cars are feeling. Mylan Ealing back on the inside. And Adam Krech is off the track. Is he going to stay, folks? Facing the right way. And he did. And he's dropped down quite a few positions. While a championship leader has jumped up to P2. Going down here says Julian Ouellette and contact, and he spun around. And a championship leader of 2. And that's a shocking revelation. Safety car. Big, big, big incident. And Mylan Ealing has run away with this and is up to P2. That's exactly what he wants. And with the safety car, we'll have the grid all back together with Mylan. A huge jump up to P2. Might he get P1 here as well? Justin Joe was very lucky with that start, being up ahead, not involved in anything. Fedis needs to go to the back of the grid, so he's gonna lose out a lot. Piccolo is gonna get so much time here as well. So many points too, he's not out of the battle as well. So this is big, big thing, as our leading car, championship leader, is down in 27th. Interesting. As they've catched back up to the safety car now. I believe the safety car is just a few corners up ahead. This will not do much to the time, as the timer will not be stopped for this. And that's exactly what they want. They are now catch the safety car single file under the safety car. Once everyone has catched, I believe the safety car will go in then as well. Carlton Lotus is the last one here in this grid. Being a few corners just behind, down into turn 2. Up ahead, there's stuff happening. Contact, that's Victor Hedoff. Spun round under the safety car. Being probably hit. Svankulinski also dropping positions. So, under the safety car, the single file line is not quite followed yet. We saw up ahead, that's the safety car. Up in front, the single file line is being held, but in the back, everyone's way more bunched up. This is only a recipe for disaster. But it looks like they have just enough gap between each other to not get too close and hit each other off. With 60 minutes left, we already have nearly 4 minutes of the race behind us. And this already is a great start for Mylan, as I believe everyone has catched back to the safety car. The safety car might go off to the left here, unless they do another lap. It will be, by the looks of it, another lap behind the safety car. This is about 2 to 3 minutes behind just the safety car. As there's an incident in the back, that's Phillip off. Phillip is off the track and is down into last place. Still drama happening under the safety car. These cars are way too bunched up in the back. This is just gonna be a bit bigger recipe for disasters. Matteo Murgia is just overtook on the safety car. It's now involved in a collision. He has overtaken against the rules and is now dropping down to last place. As up ahead, the cars are now still following the single file line as said. But then further behind, John Marb has DNF'd. There's still drama happening here. They're not following a single file. That is 3 wide going into the back there. They've now put each other together as now safety car in this lap. As we're now crossing closer to the final couple corners, it looked like less drama now in the back. They are getting closer to each other, so overtakes and similar collisions happening in the back. They're going too wide. That's not single file there. I think that was Connor Moo overtaking, getting overtaken by Carlton Lotus. As contact there. What is happening in the back? Drivers are still having issues as the safety car is in this pit lane now. And now it's the race start. Justin Joe gets a great start out of there. Myla Nealing couldn't quite respond to it, and Feritz Arslan as well. Yellow flag in the back. What has happened there? Doesn't look like much has happened. Everyone is still running fine. The yellow flags are now over, and in the front we see some cars going side by side, even 3 wide. I think that's McIntyre, Waspier and Swogolinski going 3 wide and into turn 1. Swogolinski gets the upper hand there. Lopez gets overtaken by Hockley, and in the back Hugo gets overtaken by Phillip. Up in front, Chuchen, big mistake, is off the track and is dropping down massively. As we're getting closer to the halfway mark of this race, while Chuchen is still dropping, Hockley, big crash with Lopez and a spun round out of turn 4. And that's a rejoin, careful of the rejoin. That's very close to the other drivers. That's Gonzalez is also dropping places now, Morris as well. And Harrison spun out in turn 4, drops down to last place. And that has happened then. A lot of drama already. Our championship leader has already gone up into P17, and that's Morris spinning off. Another position for a championship leader. He already has more cars in his visor as Justin Joe lost 2 places. Going side by side with Feritz Arslan. Mylan Ealing gets the best run here. Is now up in the lead. Will he get the points that he needs? These are 2 races, 2 points that he can gain. As he's leading away, Joe and Arslan going side by side into turn 1. Who will drop out? Looks like to be Arslan who drops out first, but he still has a bit of the inside in his visor, but doesn't go for it. But Justin Joe was just wide, not enough to go into the grass and managed to keep it up on track. As in the back, Hugo and Murja have lost the car again, are off the track, and Matteo Murja is back in last place. Overtaking Hugo, who still was off the track. And that's Hugo off again into the pit lane exit. But manages to stay off the wall. And now Swogolinski up into P14. Here's work his way up. Down the inside for P13. He's going to stick it stick. Pushes Mud off. That's definitely a penalty for him. Very dirty. But he gets the position done. Up into 12th he goes. In his vision, he only wants to go back up into the lead, while Mylan Ealing just slowly increasing his gap. Justin Joe doesn't want to let go of Mylan here. As Mylan, I can say, has had a long race behind him as well. This is not his first race today. But in the back, Julian Olet spun off. Turn 8, I believe this is here. And in the back, big crash. Cameron McIntyre and Ivashkevich are off into turn 9. Joe is back in the lead. They're going side by side here. Mylan Ealing on the inside. Who will get the better run? The inside is better for turn 2, which looks like to be still with Joe, but Mylan has enough gap to close it off. Is he going to close it off? He does close it, and they make contact, and Mylan, our leader, is spun off. And that's incredible. Thomas Piccolo gets collected, and now Fedis Achsan is up in the lead, and Mylan is dropping down. He does not want this to happen, and the inevitable and the worst thing he could have wished for has happened, and he's dropped down into P9. The championship leader, P10, close by now, while Fedis Achsan had a bit of a mistake there, going through turn 4, losing out, going wide. Nuno Rocha wants to get the lead now, while Adam Krech down in P3. They're all so close. Justin Joe joining this battle. Now going towards turn 9 here. Big left-hander. Hard on the brakes for the downhill section. And it looks like Fedis Achsan stays up ahead with Nuno Rocha behind, second. Adam Krech third and Justin Joe fourth. As that's Fedis Achsan going off and getting collected by Nuno Rocha, who then drops down a place. And Adam Krech, out of sheer luck, gets up into the lead, but this is not over yet, as every time a leader has made a mistake, Adam Krech is next on the list for the leaders to make a mistake, as Fedis Achsan might have given up here. Now up ahead we see McIntyre and I think McIntyre and Waspe going side by side, nearly into turn 1. Looks to stay behind Waspe for the next left-hander. Goes a little bit wide, but not too wide. Manages to stay it up on track and doesn't lose too much time. Up ahead, Cantone. Lorenzo Cantone gets the place to Gonzalez. And Connor Moose staying behind. Up in front, Adam Krech keeping Justin Joe behind, while Rocha just tries his best to stay with the package. Justin Joe has the pace advantage on everyone. He's 4 times faster than everyone out on track. Sector 1's purple, but doesn't quite manage to stay behind Krech out of turn 11. And Adam Krech gets such a good run towards the main straight and runs away with the lead as been behind. Swagolinski loses to Alex Gitzo, and Mylan Ealing tries to gain back the positions that he's lost. He's up into P7. Behind, Samuel Harrison is in the wall out of turn 10. And Alex Gitzo has lost the position to Swagolinski as he now goes for Mylan Ealing next. These two are absolutely fiercely fighting it out there, while Alex Norris, who's not racing today, is second in the standings, will lose a lot of points. So it's gonna be Mylan Ealing versus Swagolinski, which is interesting, as Mylan Ealing is probably still better off for the championship here if Swagolinski does another mistake. Lorenzo Cantone gets overtaken by Connor Moo, and behind, Julian Olet has a mistake out of turn 2. Now towards turn 3. A lot of position change. That's Philippine Phillip off turn 1, and I believe he has setup issues. He's gone back to the pit lane, and I believe is this off. And that's Justin Joe. Issues with Thomas Piccolo and getting collected, and not Nuno Rocha is in the lead. Out of surprise, I believe Adam Krech was also slightly involved in that incident, and it's now dropped down to P2 with Nuno Rocha now in the lead. Behind, Lorenzo Cantone gets overtaken by Cameron McIntyre, and Declan McIntyre issues with his car. Sliding out turn 11. It's now going towards turn 12. Milan Ealing, bit of contact with Swigolinski. They are going side by side and sideways, but is Milan Ealing going to keep the position? He's still on the inside. They make contact again and again. Side by side towards turn 4 they go. Who's going to be brave on the brakes? Now the braking point comes soon. Milan Ealing is on the outside. He might look for the down under, but brakes way too late. But maybe has a chance for the down under. Gets a good run out the corner. And Swagolinski is right now still a step ahead, but goes a bit wide. Milan on the inside. Might get the position back. Still side by side towards turn 6 now. And turn 7. Milan is behind, but he's having some internet issues. He's lagging quite a bit, while Lorenzo Cantone loses another position. Lorenzo Cantone is toppling down the standings. Milan Ealing still is in the rear diffuser of Swagolinski, but it doesn't look like Milan manages to stay with him. As if Milan has issues for him, everyone else is lagging a lot. As Nijmeijer gets overtaken by Alex Gizzo, and Gonzalez loses position to Connor Moe. Going towards turn 12 now. Connor Moe goes another position up on the inside. Great overtake there. While Hockley loses the position, going a bit too wide towards turn 10 and 11. It's now side by side on the main straight. Going down to turn 1. Gonzalez might have a chance as well here to have a look for another position. Going towards turn 1. He breaks out of this battle to not cause any collisions, but might have a chance in later corners. Vaspier loses position to Tony Morris. As Chuchen in the back, starting P10. Akram Chuchen is down in 26th. As Alex Gizzo and Nijmeijer fighting it through turn 4 now. Who's going to be late on the brakes? It looks to be Alex Gizzo. And loses too much of the car and loses the rear and is off onto the grass. But manages to make it face the right way. Just a little bit fast enough to not lose too many positions, but has managed to keep the car as well. The tires might be short. 2 minutes 40 seconds remaining in this race, and Nuno Rocha looks to be right now a winning car if this keeps on. Adam Krech doesn't manage to catch enough through these couple corners. About 2 laps remaining for our leading cars here. Justin Joe side by side with Okmanis and gets a position for P3. Justin Joe in the championship is 6th, so he might have a good chance here as well to get it. Looks like he has practiced the most out of our drivers. He is the most consistent with it as well. Just issues with overtaking cars and contact. He might have a chance to get as many points as he could to maybe get that championship win. With Swagolinski and Milan just being too far down and about with the points they get. They might lose too many points. They're down in P7 of 8. That's about 30 points less than what Joe is getting. As Milan Ealing locks up, nearly spins the car around. Managed to keep the car facing the right way. 1 minute 33 seconds remaining. Let's go back to our leader here. Down up turn 9 here, the left-hander. Up to the braking point for turn 10. Facing it the right way. These cars look to be handling perfectly, and Nuno Rocha has his car handling just like he wanted it, and it looks perfectly. Going for the final corner, 1 minute remaining. White flag is going to be shown here once he crosses the line. And then we will see the white flag. This is it, the final lap of the race. As Adam Krech just doesn't manage to catch enough, losing about a second that lap again to Nuno. Justin Joe behind, 3 seconds to Adam Krech. Doesn't quite manage to stay as Thomas Piccolo overtakes Okmanis. Okmanis on the inside, contact, and they crash and they spin in the final lap of the race. Come on. Does Thomas Piccolo manage to get back on the track fast or not quite? Loses 2 positions. Swagolinski perfectly what he wants. Gains another 2 positions. Is he gonna get a third one here? Getting time to TSRB on the outside and inside for turn 4. Hard on the brakes. Is passed for the braking zone and manages to get a pass as well for the corner. And 5 seconds remaining. This is the final lap now. Leader is on final lap. This is Nuno Rocha going up to turn 9. Olet behind. Mistake. Spins round. But let's go back to Nuno Rocha as he goes towards turn 10. This is second to final time. He will do the final lap here. And then we have a final race after this. Then the points, all the points that can be gained are crucial for the championship for everyone here. Everyone is so close together in the championship. Nuno Rocha across the final corner he goes and across the line and wins our first race of Phillip Island Grand Prix with Justin Joe getting just second, I believe, here. And Adam Krech P3. That's incredible. I just missed that. Tapia Avila gets P4. And Zwagolinski has had a mistake. It's dropped down to P7. With Milo Nealing getting P6 and Thomas Piccolo P5. And then behind you have Lotus getting 8th, Hockley 9th and Otmanis 10th. That is our top 10 for race number 1. And then we have a short break to race 2. as we are back onto the grid for the second race, the finale, the everything that stands for here for the TSRB Radical Cup. The point system is not updated yet, but soon after the race it will update as soon as possible, and I will give you the final standings. With 18 seconds remaining for the final race start, the safety car will then go back ahead and lead the pack again. We saw last time a bit of drama during the formation lap, but we see it again this time. Or have the drivers learned? Now going. He is starting, there he goes. Let's follow him and see what he does. Following the cars here, going on the outside of everybody. Lights are on now, and Nuno Rocha follows the grid, everyone else behind. This is the final time the safety car will lead this group. And this is gonna be the important one, the big one. And this is gonna be the moment of truth for everyone here. So it's gonna be who is gonna get the most points. We already have some cars spinning and a DNF immediately. Some cars are getting overtaken. It must be because of the double file. We'll see only when the name turns red when something has happened to a driver. And I believe this time it's gonna be just about cleaner than last time. Going through turn 4 here now. Doesn't look like a big mistake has happened. Everyone is following cleanly this time. No problems happening. The pressure will start at any moment. The closer you'll get to the final corners, the more pressure you'll feel on yourself. Going through turn 8 and now turn 9, the long left-hander. Turn 11 is when everyone will feel the full pressure onto themselves for a 20-minute race. Going down the hill for the braking zone. The safety car will do this one last time unless he will be called out for a big incident like last time. But I believe all the drivers have learned their lessons. So goes in the safety car now. Let's hop on with Nuno Rocha. Thomas Piccolo gets a jump start. That's a 20-second penalty for him. And now towards turn 1. Nuno Rocha will lead the grid. Justin Joe manages to get quite a good start as well in the back. That's, I believe, Hockley getting a good start too. Mylan Ealing is following the group up ahead. Swalinski and Krech nearly went for the overtake. Mylan behind. Mylan goes for the inside of Swalinski. And it looks like he's managed to go side by side towards turn 2 now. Who's going to be brave on the brakes? Locks up is Swalinski. Goes into the side of Mylan. But none of the two manages to get the car out of control. Great car handling by both of them. Full P4 here. Side by side towards turn 4. This is the battle I've been looking for. These guys are battling for everything. On the inside is Mylan Ealing. Great on the brakes. Locking a bit the rears. Sliding nearly into Golinski. And that's Hockley nearly getting the both of them. Now turn 5. Who's going to be brave here? Turn 6, I'm sorry. Going side by side, Golinski on the inside. Got that run, but Mylan just doesn't want to give out yet. Turn 7 now. Turn 8 now. Going towards the turn 9 left-hander. And that's against Swagolinski on the inside. But I believe here you want to be on the outside to get the better slingshot effect. Now on the inside for the hard braking point. And this time Mylan is through. Blocking perfectly Swagolinski out of the corner. And gets the position done. In the back, Okmanis is dropping positions. Meyer has spun too. But I want to stay up here with these drivers. As Milan issues with Zwagolinski. I've gone mute for a second. I've seen everything here, and Milan has lost the rear going out of turn 6, and that made a bit of contact with I believe that was Hockley in the back that got a bit of collected. I noticed Thomas Piccolo got collected by Milan, and that lost him 2 positions. Zwagolinski had a great overtake out of turn 3. And is now looking to get more positions up ahead. He is the championship leader. He has the most potential in that car. I believe I heard he's also a real-life radical driver. So he knows everything about this car. Going towards turn 1. Who's gonna have the best setup here for straight line speed? It looks like Zwagolinski with the slipstream. It has way more top speed. Going towards the right-hander. And now the left-hander. Hard on the brakes here. Lock in the front left. Adam Krech goes wide, nearly onto the grass. And that gives Zwagolinski a great opportunity to go for the inside there. And it's now up into P3. But Adam gets a good run out of turn 3 now. Towards turn 4. Adam on the outside. Zwagolinski on the inside. Who's going to be brave on the brakes? It looks to be Zwagolinski. And that's Rocha spun. He spun it on the braking zone and spun it round. It's not dropping down all the positions. And that's Zwagolinski fighting Adam now for P2 in this race, while Justin Joe is running away at the front. Rocha rejoins in 12th after having a spin in 2nd. And now Zwagolinski on the outside, now inside for turn 9 on the left-hander, stays behind, but might have a look here for turn 10. He's going to have a look for under the braking zone. Adam Krech, great defense, keeps him ahead. And it looks like Zwagolinski couldn't manage to bring the car around fully. So loses a bit of time. Thomas Piccolo incident, spun round. Drops down, P11, 12. 13 is now coming round. Is he going to be ahead? And he drops down to P13. While up ahead, let's go back with a leading battle. Zwagolinski on the outside, Adam Krech on the inside. Krech has a better line, but is on the behind now. Goes for the slipstream for turn 2. Is he going to be a bit more aggressive? He tries to have a look there. Locks the brakes. It's Zwagolinski, but also Adam Krech locks up mid-corner and goes a bit wide. And this gives Zwagolinski the P2 position that he needs. He has his eyes out for Joe in P1. Up ahead. Might he have a chance to gain? The up and behind is Milan Ealing fighting Hockley. Hockley's trying to have a look on the inside. Milan leaves him the space. And Hockley gets a great braking zone overtake. But Milan tries to keep it side by side towards turn 7 now. Tries it, gets the inside line, has a bit of an advantage. But the outside slingshot effect off. Hockley keeps the position and the top speed up. And is now up into P4. Milan Ealing tries on the outside for turn 9. We saw the outside here is a bit better if he manages to keep it. Towards turn... Oh, that's Hockley nearly losing the rear going up the hill. But he catches the car and spins round after the braking zone. And is fully off. Rejoins in P8. Right ahead of Nuno Rocha. Who also had a mistake last lap. And this is... It's for the championship. Zwagolinski, it keeps on catching to Joe about 3 times this lap. He might catch more. during the race, he might have a chance to win here if he keeps his pace up. He might get it up on top. Behind, Vasper gets overtaken by Meletic, and Piccolo gets overtaken by McIntyre. As he had another mistake, drops down to P14. And he couldn't quite keep as Lutz Canton is in the pit lane. He has stopped for a pit stop. Maybe has too much damage and needs to repair it. While up ahead, Adam Krech keeps on slightly creeping himself up to Zwagolinski for P2. It looks like Adam Krech doesn't want to let off yet of this battle for second. He has a bit of the pace advantage in Sector 1. Going now for Sector 2. It looks like Adam Krech still on par with Zwagolinski, which is a big surprise. Zwagolinski showed that he had way more pace during qualifying, and now here doesn't look like to have that much of a race pace. Now going down the turn 10, and looks like in the braking zone, Zwagolinski has catched 2/10. So it looks like his setup is better for corners, but then doing straights and faster corners, that's where Adam Krech's setup comes in a bit better and gains more time. 12 minutes remaining on the clock for this final race. In the back, Chuchin loses a position 2. Lopez goes off the track out of turn 11 and loses another position. That's Julian avoiding on the inside. And Adam Krech on going too wide. And that's Olet spinning around, getting collected by Tapia. But Tapia manages to save it around. And that's Chuchin again getting the overtake. And Zultkin getting both of them. And now side by side, Chuchin with Tapia. Tapia sticks it behind. Doesn't want to have any issues with Chuchin. And up ahead, McIntyre loses position 2. Lopez and also Ivashkevich loses position 2. Gonzalez. Piccolo loses the position to Gonzalez. Gonzalez has a double overtake there. Rocha loses position to Okmanis, but is right on the rear bumper. Manages to gain a bit more time. That's also McIntyre in this battle for P6. Who will get this here as Nuno Rocha gets the overtake down on the inside on the slight left-hander for turn 8. And now turn 9. Looks like Nuno has the car control that he needs. And now down the hill, hard on the brakes. Catches a little McIntyre. Coming on McIntyre, loses a bit the rear. Gives Nuno Rocha the chance to get in a position. That's Hockley spun into the wall, but managed to keep it back onto the track, but loses position to Alex Schizzo. And up behind, Meyer loses position to Ouellet for 20 seconds. While Nuno Rocha now is in the slipstream of McIntyre, trying to get that P6 completed here. As Zwagolinski in front loses position to Krech. I believe Zwagolinski had a mistake and loses 4 seconds to Adam Krech. Looking back on the times, Alex Schizzo is losing the positions to Piccolo and Gonzalez, while Ivashkevich loses out on turn 2 and goes wide. Matteo Murgia gets a position on Hugo, but Hugo on the inside gets it back, but slides the rear and loses the rear completely. Going into turn 2. Hard on the brakes there, which is a bit difficult. Looks like some cars also on the medium tires trying to avoid the heating issues. Nuno Rocha, for example, is one of them. It looks like he might have nailed the strategy perfectly, as it looks like the medium tire are just a bit better than the soft tires. While our leading cars are on the softs, they need to be more careful to not overheat them. While Justin Joe right now is flying away with his car. Zwagolinski has catched 8 temps back from his spin to Adam Krech. But Adam Krech has a bit of pace in his car, enough that Zwagolinski is struggling to catch a lot of time. While Marlon Ealing in the back is fighting with Achsen and has lost the car a little and lost the position of P4. Chuchin, mistake out of the final corner. Gets onto the grass and loses a lot of position. Goes down to 22nd, might even be 23rd at the end of the straight, and it's gonna be as Ivashkevich overtakes him, but Chuchin might not be safe yet as Oulet gets has a lot more top speed, and towards turn 1 might have the line on the outside, and it does look like it, and Chuchin drops down to 24th. Good overtake from Oulet. Zolotkin, Matt Zolotkin has lost a position to head off in the BRT car, and behind Oulet gets passed by Chuchin again. Chuchin found his rhythm and got back to place, while head off nearly spins the car but catches it back out of the corner onto the grass. Great catch there. While Lorenzo Cantone loses his car in the back. I believe that's around turn 3. Turn 2 even, sorry, that's turn 2 where he lost the car. A corner where a lot of drivers are losing the car there, as Miletic loses a bit of time to McIntyre, and Ockmanus loses position to Hockley. And up ahead, now Nuno Rocha goes personal best, fastest, which isn't far off to the top drivers here. So with that pace, Nuno Rocha might have a chance to gain a few more positions back. Now towards turn 4, still on board with Nuno Rocha. In the back, Gonzalez and Skizzo are fighting towards turn 2, the corner where a lot of drivers have issues here. That's with a different camera angle, so we can see why the drivers there have a few issues. It looks like to be a downhill acceleration point, which might be a point where the rears step out. McIntyre loses a bit of time too. Miletic loses the position as well in the back. I think that's Manis and Miletic wants a position 2. These three are fighting hard. Let's switch camera again. There we go, better camera angle. Miletic, Ockmanus on the inside while McIntyre gets it on the outside, and great overtake from him. Going up the hill, turn 9, and Ockmanus behind goes for a bit of an alternative line, maybe a bit of understeer. Great on the brakes, tries it for the inside, but loses the rear on the exit. And Miletic might have a chance to get P11 overall, and gets a good run out of turn 11, and now turn 12 on the inside. Great run from him. Miletic, Ockmanus nearly goes onto the grass and doesn't quite lose it, man. Miletic gets the position done and now is following McIntyre for P10. Five minutes left in this session. Just a few more laps until the end of the finale, and that's gonna be a big race. It looks to be Zwagolinski might get the championship here if he keeps this up. Milan Ealing might jump up to second. Great performance from him so far, and I believe Felix Achsan might jump up to third if he keeps this position for the rest of the race. Great race so far from all of our drivers. That's McIntyre has a slight mistake out of, I believe that's turn 4. Yes, it was turn 4 where he had a mistake and loses position to Miletic and Ockmanus. And Ockmanus gets a position, but Miletic goes too wide and goes to 2 tires on the grass and flies into the wall. Big damage from him. Tapia Avil catches a little too Oulet. And it's going now up the hill towards turn 7 and 8. Turn 8 being this right-hander here. Oulet and Vaspe going side by side, and Oulet gets a position on the inside, but it's not on the outside. Gets the position done, is back up ahead for turn 9. Is he going to have to run as well for turn 10? Vaspa tries to make himself visible in the mirrors for the move down there, but doesn't quite manage and gets loose the rear little for Tapia Avila to maybe have a look around turn 11. And now turn 12, who's going to have the better run with the slipstream? It looks like Tapia Avila might have a chance to gain the overtake during the straight. And that's up ahead. Oulet losing the car and spinning off. Looks to be that the car had two overheating issues, and during the corner just overheated too much, lost all the grip that he had. And Zwagolinski, let's go back to the top drive. Zwagolinski is catching to Adam Krech, and that up ahead is a lapped car. So Justin Joe spins it round. Commentator's curse, right as I put the camera on him, he spins it round. And Adam Krech is about 2 times up ahead to Zwagolinski. That's Zwagolinski right there. Adam Krech has a bad exit for turn 11. Needs to be who's going to have the better corner here. And it looks to me that Adam Krech had just a bit of a better run. Has the help of the lapped car for Slipstream. While in the back behind us, Feris Achsan also wanted to join in this battle. Looks to be that he had the best exit out of them all. Adam Krech overtakes the lapped car. Zwagolinski looks also to be following Adam Krech. Manages to follow Feris Achsan. Goes behind them all, and these three are going aggressive against each other. Okmane spins it round out of turn 10. But let's go back to our top drivers here. Zwagolinski doesn't quite manage to catch Adam Krech. Philippe and Phillip kicked from the race, disqualified. And Feris Achsan might have a better run to Zwagolinski, and Zwagolinski to Adam. Zwagolinski had a big lock-up moment there. And it looks to me that, again, this is the second to final corner, a lap. With just this little time left, Justin Joe might cross the line enough again for the final lap. The usual lap time is 1:34. If he crosses the line lower than that, it might be another race lap after this. It looks like to be that it's going to be another race, as Feris Achsan has a mistake out of turn 9 and doesn't manage as now crossing the line. This is not the final lap. This is the second to final lap. This is the white flag here. Not the white flag yet. They have enough time to go for another lap after this. Just about. So, second to final lap. Adam Krech in second and Zwagolinski in third. Mile Kneeling got fourth with Feris Achsan's mistake. And Nuno Rocha, with his bad mistake in the first part of the race, gets back up into P5. Which is great for him, as he's not far from I believe he's not that far in the championship standings. I haven't record. You know, he is in 39th. He has a good chance to jump up a lot of positions here, though. Being in P5, Mile Kneeling has a good chance to get P2 here. To jump Alex Norris in the championship, needing to get about 50 points, which he's getting right in this position. In P4, he gets 78 points, and he's making him already go from 30 seconds. The safety car gets a 20-second penalty from race direction. Alrighty then, that's something interesting to see. Something would have not thought to say. The safety got a penalty. As we now look up ahead, Justin Joe is gonna cross the line for the white flag for a one final time. Zwagolinski and Adam Krech going side by side through turn 11. Adam Krech, great defense, and keeps it up ahead. He needs to do this for another lap if he wants to get that P2 here. As there's another lap following after this one. Justin Joe has crossed the line, so there is one more lap. Adam Krech goes offensive, swerving to break the slipstream, but Zwagolinski doesn't accept that and gets a better jump towards turn 1. Not who's going to be faster through here on the inside is Zwagolinski, but we know the inside car has a better chance through turn 2, and it's to be Adam Krech. Adam Krech goes very nice on the brakes. Zwagolinski locks up, but there's contact between the two, and Zwagolinski gets collected. He's off, but Adam Krech waits for him. Great sportsmanship, but that doesn't mean that Mile Kneeling behind isn't gonna not overtake. He overtakes both of them, nearly gets punted off towards the grass. It's now up into P2, perfectly what he wants. Behind Alex Gitzo, big crash. But I'm gonna keep it up here as Nuno Rocha wants to get the position done as Adam Krech overtakes Zwagolinski back for P3, and that's in the back. Nuno Rocha nearly losing the car. Nice catch there. And Mile Kneeling, after that race, is now up into P2. Great race. And I can't even tell where Justin Joe is. Justin Joe is crossing turn 10 now, while Mile Kneeling is going through turn 8. 15 seconds gap. I believe that's the biggest gap we had so far in the TSRB Radical Cup. Adam Krech, Swagolinski and Nuno Roja are the closest battling in. Swagolinski tries it for the inside but doesn't quite manage. Adam Krech keeps the position, and I believe he can finally sigh a breath of relief as he crosses the final difficult corner, and he can finally think to himself that he has beaten Swagolinski with a little bit of contact, but he gave the position back. But Swagolinski isn't over. Swagolinski loses the position to Nuno Roja and loses P4, and across the line gets P5, and Nuno Roja did what Swagolinski did to, I believe, Feliz Arsan before, and that was it, the final race of the season. Justin Joe wins this race, but I believe Swagolinski is our champion. Swagolinski is the champion of the TSRB Radical Cup Global Series. Big congratulations to him. He did everything he could correctly. And Mylan Ealing, P2 in the championship. Also great drive from him. Incredible racing from everyone this race. And sadly, today we won't have enough time to do interviews. But this was it. Let's wait till till the server closes for the championship standings to update, so I can run you down on the race standings after this season. That was a great race from everyone involved here, and congratulations to all the drivers. Congratulations to our race, to our leader, to our championship winner. He has done everything correctly and is now and has won the championship. Cesare Swagolinski. Let's wait till the server closes for the championship to update, and that would then be it for this championship. And I'm gonna thank you now so much for following this championship closely. I apologize for having skipped, I believe, 3 races. But now, with the final race, I had to be back just to experience this great race. And I believe the server will close any second. And it has updated, I believe. It has updated. And going to our driver standings, we will see. When it loads. As I believe Cameron is happy to get P7. As the website is not loading anymore with the standings, but I believe it's just hit now. It was a great race from everyone. Great experience to watch. Great fun to commentate over. And I'm happy for all the drivers to have done a spectacular job this season. And I hope to see everyone watching in the next season. While I wait for the driver standings to update, we can join back with our drivers to congratulate our race winners and everyone so far. So it has now updated. There we go. So we have the final standings. It is Cesare Swagolinski wins the championship with 703 points, and Mylan Ealing following with 623 points. Alex Norris, who has not raced today, gets third in the championship with 606 points. Thomas Piccolo, P4 with 600 points. Justin Joe just 1 point behind. Couldn't quite get that P4 with 599 points. Feditz Achsan, P6, 580 points. And Carlton Lotus, P7 with 532 points. Lorenzo Cantone, 8th with 509 points. And 9th, Bobby Vakuinov with 488 points. Akram Chuchin rounds out our top 10 with 466 points. Congratulations to all of them, and congratulations to Duck Diver Splits to win the WCC, the World Team Championship. They have done everything correctly and have won by 200 points with 1,283 points. Trek Titan in P2, congratulations to them for 1,046 points, and Scuderia Agile for 1,023 points. I am your commentator, Captain Foxy, and it was fun to commentate for this season, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.